ETH start with the 1 hour chart. Just want to give a quick update. And if you refer to my last analysis, we mentioned how we can look for buy when it was within this correction. And we mentioned whoever wants to look for buy by having entry above the top, if the price tag within the first or second hours, if there is no continuation, they should take out the trade. And when we see this kind of the move, this is where we should make a decision whether they want to keep the entry or not. And if the price tag within here, whoever keep the trade within the first hour, second hour, they should take out the trade. Okay. And no one see what's the next. That means they shouldn't be in the trade. And if we put this low, relative to the previous low, if we refer to the indicators, we see we have a divergence. And we mentioned how deep it can go. If there is a continuation, we can expect the price drop to 1740. All right. That means there is a possibility for this one for continuation, similar to what we have here as a corrective move. Then how we can look for trade? The first option, sharp move flag, we take the trade, or we put the entry above the previous stop, either here or here. It depends on the strategy the traders they want to use. And what we want, price sharply tag, break, and continue. And we should know that we can expect this one continue and drop as a corrective before we see the reversal. That's why if we get any opportunity for buy, we see there is no continuation, we shouldn't keep the trade. At least we should know where is our stop loss. All right. Again, it depends on the strategy the traders they use, but we can expect to get a few, even more, a trade setup that it doesn't move in our direction before we see the reversal. Okay, that's why we should know how to look for trade. Again, at this point, if anyone wants to put the entry above the top, they can put the entry above here. And what they expect, the price sharply tag, break, and continue. If the price tag, there is no continuation within the first or maximum second hours, we should take out the trade. But based on 1 hour chart, we see we have a divergence. Anyway, we move to higher time frame, we move to the monthly chart. We don't have much thing to discuss now. This is the question. All right, that's why we mentioned based on lower time frame, we will have a deeper correction. And this is what we mentioned. Now the question is whether this is the relative to what we have here, or we can expect for continuation before we see the deeper correction. All right, but we don't have much information based on monthly. We don't need to care about that. We move to lower time frame, daily chart. All right, that's why I mentioned with the breakout of the current price, we can expect the price drop to 1740. If there is a breakout, then this is the next level we can look for, as I mentioned, based on the weekly chart. All right, but we don't need to wait for the price to break any of this level. That's why I mentioned we can expect the price to drop as a corrective based on lower time frame. That's why I mentioned if we get any opportunity for buy based on 1 hour chart, we will take it. Okay, but rather based on daily chart, we don't have much anything else to discuss. And the possibility, we should know that the price drop to 1740 still is there. And if we move to lower time frame, and even based on lower time frame forward chart, we can look for the divergence. Okay, that's mean if you get any opportunity for buy, we will take it, but simply we cannot take the trade. Again, we can expect the continuation. Then from there, we want to see whether there is a breakout or not before we look for the reversal. That's why if you get any opportunity for buy, if we see there is not moving our direction, we shouldn't keep the trade for really long term, unless unless we can, if we see we could, I mean, unless we can move our stop loss to break even, then is okay. We can keep it, because if the price is going to drop again, at least we don't lose anything. All right, but at this point, if anyone wants to look for buy, as I mentioned, either sharp move flag or having entry above here, either above here or here. And what we want to price sharp tag, break, and continue. If the price tag within the first or maximum second hours, we see there is no continuation, we should take out the trade. And based on daily chart, if you get any opportunity for buy from here as a short term, based on daily, we are looking for 2.4 following by 2.8 as a short term target. But what we concern is to see the breakout of this zone for continuation. All right, anyway, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. Thanks.